What's going on, you guys? Today is Monday. Still early September. It's real cold up here today. I think it's like 21 degrees. It got cold last night. Everything's frozen today, which is good. I'm glad I was able to get up here. Oh yeah, speaking of that, I think where we left off was the 65 broke down, so we got the 75 up here over the weekend. She's all covered in salt. This is what I didn't want to happen. She's all covered in road salt, but we'll get her nice and cleaned up once we get her back to the shop. Oh my gosh, this thing is covered in salt. I don't think I've ever seen the salt this bad before on a machine. Anyways, so yeah, we got the new 75 up here. We spread this pile over. I got salt in my camera. We spread this pile over the weekend. I don't know. I'm not gonna walk down there, but let's see if you guys can see it from here. We get it all spread down there. Yeah, you can see it. Got everything all spread. I'll hold you up a little bit here. But yeah, we got everything all spread over there. The only thing we left open was the D-box, or the first D-box. The second one we covered. So that's all done until the spring. We'll have to come back and grade it. We got the 120 up here in position, ready to go. Start digging for this tank. We're gonna put it right here, facing this way, so there'll be a side inlet coming out of this one, and then the front inlet will come out from, well, I should say, will come into, that's coming from the bathroom, will come into the tank in the front, and then we'll have our outlet this way, 90 out, and go back that way. So, because we didn't expect to have to put, I don't know if I explained this in another video at all, but there's a bathroom going into that garage. It runs exteriorly, it goes through the garage, runs exterior from the garage, and then underneath this part, and it's somewhere in here. I got a grade stick. I can probably find it if I kicked around for it. Yeah, it's right there. Look at that first kick too, huh? So that and that we have to tie into the same tank. Obviously the less bends the better, so if we're going to bend anything, we're going to bend this one, because this bathroom won't be used as much as the main house bathroom and stuff like that. So we'll do the straight shot with this one, and then curve this one with cleanouts on both of them. And then the 90 coming out of the outlet doesn't really make a huge difference because it's just wastewater. So it'll come out and then go all the way down to the field. So still quite a bit of work here. It's a pain in the butt. I really wish I was out of here by now, or at least wasn't cold, but it is what it is. So hopefully the ground's not too frozen here. We're gonna get the machine in position and start digging here. So tank's coming in for Wednesday, weather pending and kind of schedule pending, but I don't see why we couldn't rip through this in today and tomorrow and part of Wednesday. We got it coming in later Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon, so I don't see why we couldn't get that done. But anyways, enough chit chat. Let's get going here. there's no ledge in here, I think we should be good. Well, surprise, surprise, we hit ledge. Right there is where we hit some ledge. That's our line. That's gonna be our, let me think here, that's gonna be our, I think that's gonna be our lowest line, because there's another line right there that goes from the garage. That's one coming from the house, so I think that one's lower. That one's a little higher. The carrier I pitched a little bit better. So I think, with that being said, I think we might, from the bottom of our tank to the bottom of our inlet is 56 plus 6 inches of stone, so I think we might have it. We might have to shorten stone a little bit here. That might be dug out way too deep, which is fine. I can just fill it up with stone, just kind of eyeballing it for now, and I might actually overshot it a little bit just because of the way the grade is. It's kind of screwy, so but yeah, I mean, but I was also looking at my phone there. I don't know if you guys saw me, but I was looking at my phone. I'm looking at possibly a what they call a low boy tank. So it's still 1,500 gallons. It's just wider and longer, shorter. That's 46. I think 46 to the bottom of the tank, to the bottom inlet. So like that gets us almost a foot. That gets us about 10 inches. So that will definitely work. I think even to the top of that, it's still 46 is still a foot roughly. It'll be a foot thick of stone right there by the ledge. So yeah, anyways, I don't know, I'll set up my laser and get some elevations here. It's getting a little later on in the day here, so I want to kind of get that done real quick here. So we'll get that done and see what we got. On second thought, you know, we'll do the elevations tomorrow. We gotta move this pile, kind of tuck it in here a little bit more so we can move here. I gotta fill up the machine and some other stuff. So it's 4 right now. I can start at 4:30. So we're actually running on borrowed time. I can see the sun's actually setting a little bit. So we'll pull out the laser tomorrow, shoot those elevations, get here in the morning, and then we can always change our tank accordingly. So we're gonna handle that right now. We'll see you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? Back here on the site work job, getting the tank today. We got the hole dug. I didn't do any recording of that yesterday, but we just got that hole where we needed to. So we're going to stone it today, and then tank's coming in for around 2:30. Probably just gonna throw you guys on time lapse. The carpenters are here. They got the radio blasting. Don't want to get copyright strike on this, so I'm just gonna throw you guys on time lapse while I stone this, and then we'll probably pick up with you guys when the tank is here. We actually just got our drone in yesterday, so might get some drone shots, might not. I don't know. It depends. A lot going on here, so it's kind of tough to do a lot of filming stuff here. But we'll get what we can, and yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. Well, I just recorded a whole segment without freaking hitting the record button, so we do this again. So last time it's been a few days since I filmed. Last time I filmed, I think I was setting the tank. So we got all the plumbing up there hooked up to the house. I'll show you guys that later. I'm not gonna walk back up this hill, but the line coming from the garage and the house are tied into the tank, and then we are running our line coming out of the tank, which is the outlet, down to our field. It's not the prettiest line, but it's in. Dealing with some ledge issues. A lot of this over here is right on top of the ledge, and then over here we actually had to elbow down from the ledge. So yeah, we tried to go straight with it, but there's a sheer wall of ledge right there that we cannot get around. There's ledge right there, so we're kind of digging around at this point, finding where we can hit the soft spots and then kind of put in our pipe accordingly. So we're going to dig this all out for the most part, get to the D-box, and then build the pipe accordingly, kind of at the mercy of the ledge here, so that way we don't build it, what I've been doing is digging it and building as I go. But it seems that if we build it and then dig, we're going to kind of start backtracking here. So I think right now is a good point to kind of dig the rest of it out. We're close enough where I'm fine doing that. I'm going to try to leave a pocket open so I can come back and bed my pipe. So right now this is our softest spot. So I'm hoping it kind of gets softer inward there, and not worse. So yeah, so we got going on now. We're going to dig the rest of this out and then build our pipe. We're going on about 3 or 4 days now of doing this. So it's been a tough one, dealing with tons of frost. I don't know if you guys can see those piles, but the frost has been pretty bad here. Yeah, there's a chunk right here, been pretty bad. So it's either frost or ledge, but it is what it is. So let's get this done, and yeah. What's going on, guys? So, day after Christmas, I got a cold. I feel like crap, but I was here on Christmas Eve doing some backfilling, and had my fill hauled in, so we got it here. Got the top of that pretty much set. We're gonna set this caution tape on it, just because it's by the house. If anyone's ever digging by the house, they run into the caution tape before they hit the lines. So we're gonna keep kind of putting that on there. Gonna use a lot of that fill to basically do on top of the pipes in this area, and then whatever we got left we'll kind of go over here, and then we're out of here and done until spring. So got snow coming tonight, about I think 6 inches or something like that. So I'm gonna try to get this done quick, get home so I can go to bed, sleep off this cold hopefully, and get up at 2 a.m. and start plowing. So yeah, we will keep chugging along here and see you guys in a bit. Oh, alrighty guys. It's the end of the day here. I wanted to be out of here a few hours ago, but it just didn't happen. So I feel way worse than I did when I saw you guys last. But we got all this backfilled. I gotta take that piece of pipe out of here. Hang on 1 second here. Let me grab this. Ugh. I can go down that way. We got all this backfilled. Got our sandy material brought in today. On top of our pipes leaving the house, which is where these cleanouts are. We'll cut these to grade next year when we topsoil. Got on top of the tank filled in, and where our pipe was, meeting up to where we backfilled earlier. None of it, and I mean none of it, is pretty. I never said it would be. I never said it is or will be. But it's covered, so it's a way for a winter nap. We'll come back in the spring and address all this then when it's not frozen. I mean, we got huge chunks like this in there. I dug up the covers to the tank just to make sure we didn't crack anything when we were driving up on this side, because the longest way the tank is this way. We were sinking a little bit this way. I want to make sure we didn't crack out that inside wall, which we didn't. We were all good, so that's good. That's all set. And then I got the caution tape around it because they're obviously not done with the house yet. So if they need to bring something back here, I just want them to know that this is where the tank is and to not get too close to it. So, but yeah, that is it. We got the equipment lined up, ready to go, ready for snow. This is leaving out of here, I don't know, at some point whenever this road gets clear.